Well, how you doing? Well, this is a treat and a half. This Mr. DJ. Now, usually I count down my fancy playlists for my 80s and 90s and my second millennium YouTube channel, and I also outsource Billboard's Hot 100, talking about the lost 45s from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. But now I got a new YouTube channel that I set up. It's counting down WTBC survey. Well, here's the deal. I found this online. WTBC here in Tuscaloosa. And this one is dated July 18th, 1973. I'm fixing to count this one down. And I also found another one from 1967. Now, I've counted down some of the 60s WTBC's playlist on another YouTube channel, which is called by my real name. You just have to dig down and get to it, I guess. But it's one thing to count down my fancy playlist. It's one thing to outsource the Billboard Hot 100s and play the Lost 45s that are just bombs or songs that you seldom hear anymore. It's another thing, though, to count down a playlist of a station that you grew up with. One of the stations that I grew up with was WTBC in Tuscaloosa. There was others. There was WSGN in Birmingham. There was WVOK in Bessemer and WJRD. It was top 40 in Tuscaloosa in the 60s and early 70s. And, well, to some extent, WERC, they were WBRC, and then they became ERC in the summer of 73. But TBC was WTBC 1,000 watts. That is it. 250 watts at night. But it was one of the biggest dang stations in Tuscaloosa, particularly for a lot of the teenagers and young adults. And I'm going to start counting down right now WTBC's Top 30 survey, the week of July the 18th, 1973. We're in the summer of 1973. Got that sweet soul music coming in at number 30. Down from 21, dropped 9 from 21. This is an easy, laid-back, funky soul record. This is a perfect backdrop music. If you're out on a picnic, you're swimming in a pool, and the AM radio is blaring this record, So Very Hard to Go, by Tower of Power from Oakland, California. They formed in 1968. The two main members, the backbone of this group, was Emilio Castillo and Stephen Doc Kupka. Kupka, it's Kupka. He was the saxophone player, and eventually by 1970 they added about 6 guys to this group. This was a big band, about 7 or 8 members at one time. Castillo, well, here's the deal, they called themselves the Motowns. And Emilio Castillo, his big aspiration was to play at Bill Graham's Fillmore Auditorium. This is the legendary Fillmore Auditorium in San Francisco. The Grateful Dead, the Jefferson Airplane had played there. I mean, this is a big ado if you got to get in with this, get in and play at this auditorium. But the thing was, Castillo figured that with a name like the Motowns, he's not going to play at that auditorium. Forget it. It's not going to happen. You're not going to believe what happened. This is just sheer chance. Castillo was recording at a small studio. He took a break. He sat down at a desk, studio owner's desk, and there was a list of names, of weird names, long weird names right in front of him. A long list of names. He went through the list. Whoa, Tower of Power. That's us. That's our group. That's my group. That says it all about us. And they got to deal with Bill Fillmore's. I'm sorry, I always get Bill Fillmore and Bill Graham confused. They decided to deal with Bill Graham's record label, San Francisco Records. 1970. They put out their first album in 1970. 1972, they put out their second album called Bump City. You're Still a Young Man. Remember that? You're Still a Young. That sweet soul harmonies and that strong horn section. Still a Young Man went to number 29, summer of 1972. Then a year later, Tower of Power, third album, 1973, So Very Hard to Go. Here it is, Tower of Power at number 30 on W1230 WTBC Tuscaloosa on their survey, the week of July the 18th, 1973.